Hello guys, this is my 37th video in React series. In this video, we are going to make 5 different projects using the concept of hooks. Okay, in our previous tutorial, we have learned what is hook and we have seen why we are going to use hooks and what is the purpose of using hooks. Okay, now in this tutorial, we are going to apply all the concepts what we have learned and we are going to make 5 different projects so that we will understand hooks in more better way and in more advanced level. Okay, here we are going to start our first project, and in this project I'll be changing the text on the click of a button. I'll be changing the background color. Once I double click, I'll just change the text to its normal form. Now we are going to make this project, so let's get started. Now here inside this app.js, I'm having this default code. Okay, here I'm just going to create one div, and inside this div I'll just give h1, and here I'll just write here project1 started. I'll save this, and now if I show you the output, you can see I'm having this output here, project1 started. Now below this, I'm just going to create one button. For this, I'll just give the class name btn dark. Inside this, I'll just give the text as click me. I'll save this, and now if I show you the output, you can see I'm having this button here. Now using useState, whenever I click on this button, this entire background color should be changed. This text, whatever I'm having here, that should be changed, and also the color of the text should be changed. Okay, so 3 things we are changing in this. So we are going to create 3 useStates. So before using useState, I'll just import that one. You just have to import like this, useState. Once we have imported this one, here I'll be writing that syntax of useState. I'll just write this one. First, I just want to change the background color, so I'll just give the name as bg color, and here I'll just give here set bg color. Okay, you can give any names here, and here inside this I'm just going to give here useState. Now by default I'm just going to pass some value. I'll just give here red. Now inside this div container, I'll be using inline styling. I'll just give here style. We have already seen how to do inline styling. Now here I'll just give the background color. I'm just going to give background color. Here I have this. I'll just select this one. Now inside this one, I'm just going to give here red. I'll save. Okay, let me just give here orange and I'll explain you. I'll just give here orange. I'll save this, and now you can see here I'm having this background color as orange. Now I want this red color, so this red color will be the initial data for this variable. I'll copy this one, and instead of pasting this orange, I'll just paste that variable bg color. I'll save this, and now if I show you the output, you can see my background color is been changed to red. If I just give here green, now you can see my background color is changed. Okay, whatever value I'm giving here, that will be the initial data for this, and this data I am passing it here. Okay, and this data is having green color, so background color will be my green color here. Now for this I'm just going to create variable here. I'll just create variable. I'll just give here bg color bg. I'll just give this variable, and inside this I'm just going to pass one value. Let me just give here give orange. Now this variable is having orange color. I'll copy this variable, and instead of hard coding, I'll just paste that variable here. Okay, now I'll be having here orange color as my background. Now you can see my background is orange now. Now when I click on this button, I should change this color from orange to, let me just change to blue here. Okay, so for that I'm just going to add one on click event handler. I'll just write on click, and here I'll just give my function name as change bg color. Okay, you can give any names here. I'll just copy this function, and below this I'm just going to define that function. I'll be using fat arrow function. Inside this, now I have to update this variable. If I update this variable, whatever value I have updated, that value will be the initial value of this variable, and that value will be printed to me. Now here inside this I'm just going to give let me just give cyan. I'll save this. Now if I just refresh this one, now when I click on this button, you can see the background color is getting changed. For my h1, I'll just give the class name. I'll just give here class name. Let me just give here text center. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, okay, my class is here. Okay, my text is here now. Now when I click on this button, you can see it's been changed to blue here. Now by default I'm having orange. Now when I click on this, it's getting changed to blue. Now I want this text should also be changed. So for that, here instead of passing this hard coded values, I'm just going to create one more useState. I'll just paste this one same thing. Here I'm just going to write here text, here I'll be writing set text, and instead of this one, here I'm just whatever value I'm having here, that value I'll be passing it as the initial data for my text. I'll just paste that one. Now this value will be the initial data for this variable. I'll just copy this variable from here, and here instead of this I am just going to write that in curly braces. I'll just paste that one. I'll just copy this again, and here instead of this I'm just going to paste that one. I'll save this. Now if I show you the output, you can see again I'm having the same thing. Now if I just give here SSSS, I'll save this, and now you can see that this SS has been added here. Okay, whatever value I'm having here, that will be the initial data for this variable, and that I am printing it here. Now when I click on this button, I want this text should be changed. So here I have to update this variable. I'll copy this, and here I'm going to paste that one. Here I'm just going to write here project 1 completed. I'll write some emoji here. I'll just give here smile. I'll save this, and here from here I'm just going to remove this SS. Now if I just show you the output, you can see I'm having here project 1 started. When I click on this button, you can see I'm having this project 1 completed, and my background color is been changed. Now I want this text color should also be changed. So for that I'm just going to create one more use state, and here inside this I'm just going to give here color. Here I'll be giving set color, and here I'll just create one variable. Here I'll just create one variable. I'll give my variable name as color text, and here let me just give by default, let me just give here green. I'll just copy this variable, and here instead of hard coding this, I'm just going to paste that variable here. Okay, now whenever I change here, that will be affected here. Okay, by default if I just show you, you can see I'm having okay, not here, I have to paste here. I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that one. Okay, now if I just show you the output, you can see it's not working because I have not passed this one. This color inside this I'm just going to separate using comma. Here I'll be writing color, and here I'll just pass that variable. Okay, this one whatever I'm having here. Okay, I'm having the same name here. I'm just going to write here colors. Here I'll just write here colors, set colors. I'll save this, and now if I show you, you can see my text color is in green now. Now when I click on this button, my text color should also be changed from green to some other color. So for that we have to change this one. I'll just paste that one here, and instead of green, let me just give here red. I'll save this. Now if I show you the output, now when I click on this, you can see my text color is been changed to red, my background color is been changed, and also my text is been changed. Now we are going to do one more thing here. I'll just create one variable. Let me just give here data, and inside this I'll just pass this one. Okay, whatever value I'm having here, I'm just going to pass that one here so that I don't have to hard code that one. And this data, I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that one. I'll save this, and now if I show you again, I'm having the same thing. When I click on this, it's getting changed. But now when I double click on this, I want this to become normal, and I want this data here. Whatever I am having here, project 1 started, background color is orange, my text color is green. I want this to be normal. So for that we are going to write here one more event handler, that is nothing but a on double click. I'll be writing this one on double click, and whenever I click on this, I am calling another function. I'll just give here normal data. Now once I double click on this, I want to set whatever I am having here, I want it to set to normal. I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that one. I'll just copy this function, and here instead of this I'll be pasting that function. Now instead of this giving this colors, okay, whatever default values I am having, that is nothing but this one. I'll copy this, and here I'll be pasting that one. And for my data, I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that one here. And for color, I have this variable. I'll copy this, and here I'll be pasting that one. I'll save this. Now I'll just refresh once. Now when I click on this, you can see everything is getting changed. When I double click on this, I am coming back to normal. Okay, this is how we are going to change the state of an element. You can create as many as use states you want. You can see I am changing the background, I am changing the text, and also I am changing the color. And once I double click on this, I am just setting it to normal. Okay, whatever values I am having by default and whatever I have passed here as the initial data for these variables, I am just setting it to normal here. Okay, and I will be getting my previous data here. Okay, this is how we are going to use useState. To change the state of an element, we are just going to create this one. Okay, that's all for first project. Now we are going to make our second project. Now this will be our second project, and in this project we are going to see whatever I type inside this text area, that I can preview that data, I can clear that data, and also I can count how many characters are present in that, and also how many words are present inside that. Okay, here I have this text area. Now here if I just write here Khanam, okay, here you can see I'm having the 6 characters and total 1 word is available. Okay, now if I just give here space, you can see now whatever I give here, okay, this space will also be counted as 1 word or 1 character. Now if I just remove here, okay, by default I am having here 1 word. You can see here I am having here 1 word, because in my code I have given the space, I have separated that using space, so I am getting that 1 word here. Okay, if I just write here project 2, totally I am having here 9 characters and total 2 words. Now if I want to clear this, you can see it's getting cleared. Now again I'll just write here project 2 started. Now if I want to preview this one, here I have this preview data button. When I click on this, that whatever I am having here, that will be given to me. Okay, if I just preview this, you can see I am having this project 2 started. Now I am having this data, whatever I am having here, that will be shown to me here. If I want to clear this, you can see now I don't have anything. Now once again if I just preview this one, I don't have anything, I have 0 characters present and 1 word present, because it is counting the space as well. You can give as many as characters you want. Okay, I'll just give some random numbers here, some random data. Okay, you can see it's going to give me number of words present inside that and also number of characters present inside that. Now when I want to preview this, you can see all the data will be displayed to me here, and when I want to clear this data, that is going to go from here. Okay, now we are going to see how to create this project using the concept of hooks. Okay, and also I'll be explaining you how to handle input events. Okay, now we are going to see that one. Now here I'll just open my VS Code editor, and here you can see my project is already running. Now I'm going to delete this entire thing and we are going to write the code completely from the scratch. Okay, here I have that data. Okay, here I'm having that one. I'll just do Control A. I'll be removing this entire thing. Okay, now inside index.js, you can see I have already imported app file, and here I have this app component. Now inside CSS, I'll just close this one. I'm not going to use index.css. Now if I show you the output, I'll just refresh this one. Now here I'll be having an error. Okay, app is not exported, because here I'm importing. Once I import this one, I have to export that one. First I have to import React. I'll just import React from React. Now once I have imported, I have to define this function const app, and inside this function it is going to return something, and here I'll be opening the syntactic sugar form, and below this I'm just going to export this file. I'll just do export default. Okay, each file will be having one default export. I'll just write the proper spelling, export default my function name. Now if I just refresh this one, here you can see I don't have any error inside my browser and everything is empty now. Now here inside this return, I'm just going to create one div and I'll give the class name as container. Okay, I'm using Bootstrap here. Okay, we have already seen how to import Bootstrap and how to link Bootstrap links. And here I'll just give here margin from top and bottom. I'll just give 5. Now inside this container, I'll just create text area. Here you are having some ID. Okay, for name I'm just going to give here data. Okay, you can give anything here. Let me just give here data, or better I'll just remove this name attribute from here. ID also I'm just going to remove. I don't need ID. Okay, let it be columns and rows. Now below this text area, I'm just going to create one button, and for this button I'll just give the class name. I'll be giving the class name as btn, and also I'll be giving one more class, btn dark. Now inside this button, I'm just going to give here clear data. Clear data. I'll save this. Now if I just refresh this one, here you can see I'm having this input field, and here I have this button. Okay, for my text area, I'm just going to give the class. I want it to take complete 100%, so I'll just give here with 100. I'll save this, and now if I show you the output, you can see it's taking complete 100%, and here I have this button clear data. I'm just able to write here. Now we are going to see how to handle the events. Before that, I'm just going to create one more button to preview my data. I'll just create one button, and for this button I'll just give the class name as btn success. And here inside this I'll just write here preview data. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, you can see I'm having this preview data button here. before that, okay, before that I have to preview the data. Later on we are going to style that one, but this is the HTML. Okay, this is the basic part. We are just having our text area, we are having this clear button, and we have this preview data button. Once we are done with this, we are going to create our hooks now. I'll just come here. Hooks should always be defined at the top level of React functions. So I'll just write here const, and I'll just give my hook name as text data. I'll just give here text data, and here I'll be giving here set text data. Type, I'll just write here text data. Okay, this is my hook. I'll just give here use state, and by default I'm just going to give some value here. I'll just write here data entered, or data enter, or enter data something. Now this whatever value I am passing here, that will be the initial data for this variable. I'll just copy this variable, and here inside this text area, inside curly braces, I'm just going to paste that one. Now if I show you the output, okay, here I am having use state is not defined. Okay, once we use this use state, we have to import that one. Here I'll just write here use state. I'll save this. Now if I just refresh this one, you can see inside this I'm having this data enter. Whatever value I'm having here, that will be the initial data for this variable, and this variable I'm just printing it here. Now if I just give here some more thing, I'll just write here enter data to be cleared or something. I'll save this, and also I'm just going to close this using semicolon. Now if I just okay, you don't have to refresh. Okay, by default it is going to give you the output. Here you can see I'm having this enter data to be cleared. Okay, whatever value I'll be passing here, that will be printed to me here. Okay, now once we have defined this one, okay, once we have created our first hook, now here whenever I click on this button, I have to change this. Okay, I have to clear this entire thing. Okay, which means that I'm changing the state of an element. Whatever I am typing here, I'm just changing the state of an element. Now here for this text area, we have to give on change event handler. Before that, whenever I click on this button, here I'll just give this on click function, and inside this function I'll just give the inside this I'll just give my function name as clear data. Now whenever I click on this button, I have to clear whatever data I'm having here. So here I'll just write here const, and I'll be defining that function clear data, and inside this whatever value I'm having here, I'll just copy this one. I'm just going to update that one. I'll just give here empty. Okay, now which is going to clear entire data. I'll just refresh this one. When I click on clear, you can see it's not going. So inside my text area, I'm just going to handle this input. I'll just use this on change event handler. You have to use for each input field, for each text area, you have to use this on change event handler. Okay, in our next tutorial we will understand this in more advanced level, but for every input field and for every text area, you have to add this on change event handler to handle the change whatever we are doing inside our input fields. Here inside this, I'm just going to create one function. I'll give my function name as handle data. Okay, I'll just copy this function, and here I'm just going to paste that. Okay, I'll just define that function here const. I'll be defining that function. Now for this text area, I have to pass value, and my value is nothing but by default whatever data I'm having here, that I have to pass here. Okay, now here inside this, I'm just going to write value, and here inside this value, I'll just paste this one. Okay, I'll just copy this, and here I'll be pasting that one. Now if I show you the output, I'll just refresh this one. Now you can see here I'm typing, but I'm not able to type here. Okay, I'm just typing here, but I'm not able to type at all, because here I'm passing the value as this one, and this is holding this entire data. Now if I want to add some more data inside my input field, this data plus whatever data I'm having, I have to handle that one. So for that, inside this on change event, inside this event handler, I'm passing this function. Now inside this function, I'm just passing this object, event object. You can either write like this, or you can directly write here E, which stands for event. Now here I have to target all the values whatever I type. So for that, I'm just going to update this one. I'll just paste that one here, and here I'll be writing e.event, e.target whatever I am targeting, e.target.value. Okay, that value whatever I am having here, I'm just updating here. Now once it updated, that will be stored as for this value, and that will be printed to me. Whenever I type inside text area, that value I can type, and now here I'm just updating this value inside test set data. Now once I update this value, this updated value will become the initial data for this variable, and that will be printed to me. Now if I just refresh once, now if I just type here, you can see I am able to type here. Okay, this is how it works. Whatever I type, I am just keeping the track of that. Now again if I type, you can see I am typing. Okay, this is my initial data. I'll just refresh once. Okay, this enter data to be clear is my initial data. You can see this is my initial data here. Now to add, okay, even more data, I am just passing here value attribute, and inside this I am just giving this initial data inside my value attribute. Now along with value attribute, if I want to type something inside my text area or inside my input field, I have to give this onChange event handler, and this is going to take one function, and inside this function I am just passing this event handler. Okay, that is event. Now here I am just whatever I am targeting my text area. Whatever I am writing here, I am just targeting that value, and this value will be stored inside this text data. Now whatever this text data will be having, that will be the updated data, and that updated data will become the initial value for this particular variable, and that data will be printed, this value, whatever value I am having here, that value plus the updated value. So I am able to type here. You can see I am able to type here. Now when I click on clear data, you can see it's getting cleared here. Before it was not getting cleared because we have not added this value attribute and this onChange event handler. But as soon as I type here, I'll just type something here, I'll clear. You can see it's getting cleared here. Okay, this is how we are going to clear the data. Here we are just writing the syntax of use state. Here we have these two variables, text data and set text data. Inside this I am just passing some data here. Okay, now by default I am just keep it as empty, because whenever the user comes, he don't have to remove this, directly he can start typing here. I'll just clear this. Before, if I just show you the output, now you can see by default I'll be having this data. Now the user has to come, he has to delete this and he has to start typing. Okay, so I'm just keeping it as empty, and by default I'll be having empty data. Okay, empty data will be stored here, and inside this value also I'll be having empty data, and here also I'll be having empty data. Once I start writing using this e.target.value, I'm just updating this one, and this updated data will become the initial value for this one, and that data will be printed to me. Now inside this button I'm just giving this onClick event handler, and here I'm just passing this function, and here I'm just defining that function, and here I'm just setting this to empty, which means that whenever I click on this button, it is going to remove entire thing and it will become empty. Instead of writing this function here, you can directly write like this. You can use fat arrow function, and whatever you are having here, I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that one. I'll just comment this function, I'll save this. Now if I just refresh this one, now you can see I'm writing, I can clear this. Okay, even this will work and even that will work. Okay, based on which you feel comfortable, which syntax you feel comfortable, you can select that one. Okay, but as of now I'm just going to keep that function, onClick clear data function. Okay, now once we are done with this, now here I have to design my preview data. Whenever I click on this preview data, whatever I have written here, that should be showed to me. Okay, now before this button, I'll just create one paragraph, and inside this paragraph I'm just going to pass this pre-data. Okay, now I'm just going to create one more state variable. Now here below this state variable, I'm just going to create one more state variable. I'll just write here const, and inside this I'm just going to write here pre-data, which stands for preview data, and here I'm just going to write set pre-data. I'll just write this use state, and first it will be empty. By default I don't want any value inside my paragraph. Okay, this pre-data will be passed here, and by default I want empty data here. If I just write something dd, I'll just refresh this. Okay, you can see I'm having this dd here. Okay, I don't want anything, I want it to be empty, so I'm just giving here empty value. Now you can see I don't have anything here. Okay, for my button, for this one I'm just going to give some margin from above. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, okay, I have some margins from above and bottom. I have just created one more use state. You can see now inside this I'm just passing these two variables. For this I'm just setting the value as empty here. Now whenever I click on this button, I want it to display whatever data I'm having. I want that data should be displayed. So for that I'm just going to write here onClick, and here I'm just going to pass the function. I'll just give my function name as preview data. Now once I have this function, I have to define that function. I'll copy this function, and below this I'm just going to paste that function. I'll be defining this function here. Whenever I click on this preview data, this function will be fired, and whatever I will be writing here, that will be executed. Now inside this, I'll just copy this one, set preview data. I'll just copy this one. I'm just going to update this value, and whatever value I'm having inside this text data, I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that one. Okay, that should be given to me as my output. Okay, this prev data is empty. By default, I'm just giving here empty. Okay, this empty will be the initial value for this previous data. Now once I click on this button, I'm just updating this set pre data, and inside this I'm passing this text data. Okay, because text data will be having all the data inside my input field. Whatever I write here, that will be the text data now. Now when I click on this preview, you can see whatever I am having here, that is given to me here. Okay, this is how we are going to check whatever this data is holding. I just want that data to be printed to me. Now instead of this text data, if I just give here hello, I'll save this. I'll just refresh this one. Now when I write something, now when I preview data, you can see I'll be getting hello here. Okay, but I want only this data should be previewed. So for that, I'm just giving this variable here. I'll just paste that variable here. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, I'll just write DDD preview data. You can see whatever I write, I'm just getting that one. Now here I'm just going to write some JavaScript, and I'll just tell how many characters are present and how many words are present. Okay, if you are aware of JavaScript, then you can just skip this part, but this is how we are going to write. Now if you want to clear this data, you can see it's getting clear, and once you click on this preview data, I don't have anything, so I'll be having here empty. Okay, I have already given here pre data, which is empty, and that will be displayed to me. Now below this button, I'll just create one paragraph. For this paragraph, I'll just give the class name. I'll just give text center, and also I'm just going to give one more class name. I'll just give here text danger. Okay, which is going to give me the text in red color. Here if I just write paragraph, I'll save this, and now if I show you the output, you can see I'm having this output here. Okay, paragraph. Now for this, instead of writing this one, this data is having all my data. Okay, this variable is having all my data. I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that variable. I want to find the length of that one, so that it is going to give me the number of characters present inside that input field. Now here I'm just going to give length. I'll just write the proper spelling, LENGTH. I'll save this. Now if LENGTH, I'll save this. Now if I write something, you can see it's getting increased. The number is getting increased here. You can see totally I'm having this many characters here. So for that, I'll just write here. Okay, I have just written this text. Now if I show you, you can see 21 characters are present inside this text. I'll clear data. I'll just write here AS. You can see 2 characters are present inside this text. I'm just going to write the proper spelling here, present. Now if I show you, you can see 2 characters are present inside text. I'll just write here, you can see 8 characters are present inside text. Okay, this is how we are going to print the data. Now we will check how many number of words we are having. So for that, I'm just going to create one more paragraph. Okay, you can either replace, you can perform all the JavaScript stuff here, but this is the React part, so you don't have to focus much on this, but this is how we are going to display the data. You can count the number of characters present inside your input field or text area, and also you can count the number of words present inside that one, and also you can do a lot of stuff. Okay, you can add the data, you can delete data, and also you can replace the data using string replace. Okay, you can do many things here. Now for this, I'm just going to give the class. I'll be giving here text center, and also I'm just going to give one more class. I'll just give text success. Okay, which is going to give me the color in green color, text success, and inside this text data, this variable is having all my data. I'll just paste that one, and using this split method, I'm just going to split this one, and here I'm just going to give one space. Okay, this one space, whatever I'm having here, that will also be counted as one word. Now here dot length. Okay, whatever length I'm having, I just want to print that one, length. I'll save this. Now if I just show you, you can see I'm having this one word here. Now if I just give here space, you can see I'm having this 2 words. I'll just write something here. You can see again, if I give space, I'll be having 3 here. By default, if I just remove entire thing, again I'm having here 1, because this space is also been counted as 1. Okay, this is how we are going to count the number of words. I'm just splitting that. Whenever I get space, I'm just whatever value I'm having here. Okay, this one word, whenever I get space, that is counting the length. Okay, 1, 2. So I'll be getting the output as 2 here. I'll just copy this entire thing, and here I'll be pasting that one, and instead of this characters I'll just write here words. I'll save this, and now if I just show you, you can see 2 words are present inside this text. I'm just going to write something here. Okay, this is how we are going to check the data. Now if I just want to preview the data, I'll just write here project to completed. Preview data, you can see I'm having this project to completed here, and we have this 19 characters are present inside this text, and we have total 3 words present inside this text area. Okay, that's all for this project. Now we are going to make our third project. Okay, we have already seen that how to increment the counter. Now in this project we are going to see how to increment the counter, how to decrement the counter, and at one particular point how to stop the counter. Okay, now we are going to see that one, and we are going to make that project using the concept of hooks. Okay, here I have already imported this hooks. Okay, here you can see I have already imported this use state. Now inside this return I'm just going to create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as container, and also I'm just going to give margin. Now inside this div I'll just create one more div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as text center. Inside this div I am just creating one more div so that my container, whatever text I am writing, that will come in the middle. Now here I'll just write h1, and for this I'm just going to give the class name as text light. Okay, I'm just going to import my CSS file as well, and here I'll just write 0 as of now, and here I'll just create button, and for this button I'll be giving the class name as btn, and I'll just give here btn warning. Inside this I'll just write here increment. I'll save this, and now if I show you the output, you can see I'm having this increment counter and my text is here. Okay, now inside my, if I show you inside index dot, I'll just come here. Inside index.css I have already written this body background color, so I'm just going to import that file. I'll just write here import, and here I'll be writing index.css. Now if I show you the output, you can see the background color has been applied. I have this h1 here, and I have this increment button here. Okay, in the same way I just want decrement button. I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that one, and for decrement I'll just give here danger, and also I'm just going to give here decrement. I'll save this, and now if I show you the output, you can see I'm having these 2 buttons here, increment and decrement. For my button, for this button I'm just going to give some margin. I'll just give here margin x, okay, which is going to give me the margin on left and right side. Okay, here I have some spacing. Okay, let me just increase the margin. I'll just give here 3. I'll save this, and now if I show you the output, here I have these buttons here. Okay, I have this increment and decrement. For my increment I'm just going to give margin from above. I'll save this. Now here I have these buttons here. Okay, here I have this h1, and here I have this increment button, and here I have this decrement button. Now when I click on this increment button, the number should be incremented. Okay, we have already seen that project. Now here I'm just going to create variables. Okay, I'm just going to use my hooks now. Here I'll just give my variable name as numbers, and here I'll just give here set numbers. I'm just going to give here set numbers, and here I'll be using this use state. By default I'll be passing the initial value as 0 here. Okay, now this 0 will be the initial data for this numbers. I'll just copy this numbers, and instead of hard coding this one, I'll just paste that numbers here. Now if I just give here 1, I'll save this, and now if you see, my output will be 1 here. Okay, whenever I click on this button, this should be updated. Okay. So to update that one, we have to update this variable. Now here, whenever I click on this on click, whenever I click on this button, I'll just call this event handler, event function, and inside this I'll just write here increment data. Okay, I'll just write here increment number. I'll just copy this function, and here I'll be defining that function. I'll just write const, I'll just paste that function, and here inside this function I'll just copy this set numbers, and here I'll be pasting that one. Now inside this, whatever data my numbers is having, that is, it is having 1 now, I'll just paste that one. I just want to initialize, I want to increase it by 1. I'll save this. Now first time my numbers will be 1 here, so it will come here. When I click on this button, it will come 1 plus 1, it will give me 2. Again here 2 will be printed, and then again I'll come here 2 plus 1, again here 3 will be printed, then again 3 plus 1, here 4 will be printed. Now if I show you the output, I'll refresh this one. Now when I click on this increment, you can see it's getting incremented here. Okay, this is how increment works. Now we are going to work on decrement. Whenever I click on this decrement, my number should get decremented. So for that, here also inside this I'm just going to pass this on click, and here I'll just write one function, and let me just give here decrement number. I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that function. Okay, I'll just define that function here. I'll paste that function, and using this fat arrow function I'll just copy the same thing, and I want to decrement. Here I'm just going to write here negative sign. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, now I am having 1. I'll just increment this. Now when I click on decrement, okay, now my numbers is 8. Okay, so 8 will be printed here. Now when I click on this decrement button, it will come to this function. Now 8 minus 1, I'll be getting 7 here. Now you can see if I decrement, I'll be getting 7 here. Now my numbers is 7. Again if I decrement, I'll be getting 7 minus 1, that is 6. So I'll be getting the output as 6 here. I'll be getting output as 6. Now if I try to increment, okay, now my numbers is 6. When I click on this increment button, it will come to this function, and here I'll be having 6 plus 1, that is 7. I'll increment, you can see I'll be getting 7. Now once I come to decrement, after 0 I don't want it to decrease. Okay, I don't want this number should go in negative sign. Okay, I don't want this to happen. So for that I'm just going to write one condition. Here I'll just write if my numbers, I'll just copy this one. If my numbers, if it is greater than 0, only then I want to decrease this one. I'll just close my if here. Else I want to set this number to 0. I'll copy this, and here I'll be pasting that one, and here I just want to set it to 0. I don't want that number should go in negative. I'll refresh this one. Now I'll just increment this. Now once I click on this decrement, now once I reach to 0, you can see if I click, it's not working. Okay, because it's set to 0 by default here. Okay, I'm just setting it to 0 here. I'm just checking the condition. If my numbers, if it is greater than 0, only then I have to decrement the number, or else I am just setting it to 0 here. Okay, if I just give here 1, once I reach to 0, I am just setting it to 1. I'll refresh this one. Now increment. Now once I come to 0, you can see I'm just changing it to 1 here. 0 1 0 1. Okay, I'll be toggling between this one. I'll just set it to 0 here. Now here I'm just going to write one alert. Inside this I'll just write here can't, no, I'll just write here you have, I'll just write here you have reached your limit. You have reached your limit of decreasing number. Okay, you can give any message here. I'll just save this one. Now if I refresh this, I'll just increment. Now once I come to 0, once I click this, you can see I'll be getting this alert message, you have reached your limit of decreasing number. Okay, this is how it works. This is the increment counter. We are just increasing the number, and this is our decrement counter. Okay, this is how we are going to make our increment counter and decrement counter. Okay, we are done with our third project. Now we are going to move into our fourth project. Okay, now from here I'm just going to delete this entire thing. Okay, if you want, you can just refer this one. Okay, here you can just take the screenshot if you want. Now I'm just going to remove this entire diff container, and also I'll be removing this use state. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, you can see here I don't have anything. I have only this background color. Okay, let it be. Now inside this return, okay, now in this fourth project we are going to make digital clock. Okay, we are just going to display the time, whatever we have now, we are just going to display that time here. Okay, here I'll just create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as container, and also I'm just going to give margin. Inside this div I'll just give here h1, and inside h1 I'll just write here time. I'll save this, and now if I show you, you can see I'm having here time. For this I'm just going to give the class name. Let me just give here text light. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, you can see I'm having this color here. Okay, I'll just change the background color. Let me just give here dark green. I'll save this, and now if I refresh, okay, you can see I'm having this background color green, and here I have this text here. Okay, now we are going to make digital clock using the concept of hooks. Okay, here I have already imported hooks. Now here below this I'm just going to create hook. I'll just write here const, and here I'm just going to give here time. I'll just give here set time. I'll be writing this used state, and inside this let me just give here time available. Okay, let me just pass some text here. Now this whatever data I'm having, that will be the initial data for this variable. I'll copy this, and instead of this I'm just going to paste that one. I'll save this. Now if I show you, I'm getting this output here, time available. Now instead of this one, I just want to give the initial time. Okay, whatever time I am having now, that time I have to pass here. Now once I get this output, I'll just create one variable. I'll give my variable name as current time. Okay, I want to find the time. Okay, if you are aware of JavaScript, then we used to give the time like this, date. I'll save this and I'll just do console, console.log, and inside this I'll be passing this variable. I'll copy this and here I'll be pasting that one. I'll save this. Now if I just inspect this one, and I'm just going to show you the output in my console. Okay, you can see it, set time is assigned but never used. You can see here I'm having this output here. Okay, Saturday, August 21st, and this is the time, and I am having this date, I am having this time, and I am having the day. Okay, I want only time because we are making digital clock, so I want only time here. So for that, we are just writing this method. To local date string we have time string. Okay, if you want date, you have to select this one. If you want time, you have to select this local time string. I'll just select this one. I'll just save this. Now if I show you the output, you can see I'm having only the time here. Okay, 11:42 18 p.m. Okay, this is how we are going to take. Okay, this is how we are going to get the current time. Okay, this variable current time is having the current time. I'll just copy this one and here I'll be passing that. Now this current time, whatever I'm having here, that will be the initial data for this time variable. Okay, I'll save this. Now if I just show you the project, you can see that time is being displayed in my browser here. Okay, whatever current time I am having, that time is being displayed here. Now when I click on the button, I'll just create one button. Now when I click on this button, I'll just write here text, click me, and also I'm just going to give some class. I'll just give the class as btn danger. Okay, let me just give here warning. And when I click on this button, I'll be using this on click. I'll just open this function. I'll just give here change time. I'll copy this function and here I'm just going to define that function. I'll paste that function, and using this fat arrow function, now I have to update this time. Okay, whenever I click on the button, only then I have to update that one. So at that particular time, my time is going to change. So for that, I have to write the same thing again. I'll just copy this and here I'll be pasting that one. Okay, now this will be having the new time. Here instead of this current time, I'll just give here new time. Okay, you can give the same variable name. Okay, it completely depends on you. And inside this variable, whenever I click on the button, whatever time it is there, that should be displayed to me. Okay, now inside this set time, I'll just copy this one and here I'll be pasting that one. And here inside this time I'll be passing it here. I'll save this. And now you can see I'm having this button here. I'll just refresh this one. Now whenever I click on this button, you can see whatever time I am having, that is being updated here. Okay, if I don't click, it is not going to work, but whenever I click on this, the time is getting updated. Okay, I don't want this one. I don't want it to happen. I don't want whenever I click on this button, I don't want it to change. Okay, I want to display the time without even clicking the button. So for that, we are going to use set interval. Okay, you can see whenever I click on this button, the time is getting changed here. Okay, here I'm just passing. Okay, here I'm just creating one more variable. If you don't create this variable and directly if you pass this variable, I'll copy this variable and here I'll be pasting that variable. Now if I click on this, you can see it is not going to work. Okay, it is not going to work. So we are just writing this one. We are writing this because here I'll be having the current time. Okay, whatever current time I am having, that will be displayed. Now when I click on this button, okay, the time is going to increase. So for that, I'm just going to write this. Now this will be having the current time whenever I click on the button, and this variable I'm passing it here and that will be changed. Now instead of writing this button, I'll just show you the output. Now you can see I don't have button here. I'll be using set interval. Now below this function, I'm just going to create set interval. Okay, and I'll be using this callback function. I'll just copy this function name and here I'll be passing that function. I want it to call after 1 second. Okay, for 1 second you just have to write here 1000, and after each second this function is going to be called and that will be executed here. After 1 second this function will call and whatever data I'm having here, that will be executed, and this set new time, whatever updated time it will be having, that will become the current time for this time variable and that will be printed to me here. Now if I show you the output, you can see here it is working here. Okay, I don't have to do anything. It is working completely fine. okay, without passing any button. Using this set interval event, I'm just passing this function name. Okay, this is called as callback function, and after 1 second it is calling my function and the time is being displayed to me here. Now we are going to move into our next project, that is our final 5th project. This will be our final 5th project, and in this project we are going to make dark mode toggle. Okay, you have a website, and if you want to see in dark mode, you can just do that one, or if you want to see that in light mode, you can see that one. Okay, when you click on the button, you just have to change the colors. Okay, now we are going to see how to do that one. Here inside app.js, I'm already having this default code. I'll just close my left panel. Now here inside return, I'll just create one div, and for this div I'll just give the class name as container fluid. Now you can see here I don't have anything in my browser. Now inside this I'm just going to come to Bootstrap. I'll just come to Bootstrap, and from here I'm just going to copy some code. Okay, let me just copy Jumbotron. I'll just search for Jumbotron. I'll open this, and here I am having this data. Okay, let me just copy this one, and here inside this div container I'll be pasting that one. Okay, here I am having this HR line. Okay, in React we always have to close this one. Now you can see all the error has gone. Now I have to replace this class by class name. So I'll just do Control F, and here I'm just going to give here class name. I'll save this, and from here I'm just going to remove one name. Okay, now everything is fine. Now instead of this hello world, I just want to replace that with I'll just do Control F, and I want to replace this with project 5. Project 5. I'll replace this, and from here I'm just going to remove this button. Okay, I don't need this button, and this entire thing I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting it 3-4 times. I'll save this, and now if I show you the output, you can see here I'm having this one. Okay, I have this content here in my website. Now I want this content in the middle, so for that, here inside this Jumbotron, okay, inside this I'll just pass here text center. Okay, now all my content will come in the middle. You can see here all my content has come in the middle. Now here I'll be creating one button. Now when I click on this button, I'll be changing it to dark mode. Again, when I click on this button, I'll be changing it to light mode. Okay, so for that we are going to use states now. Here I have already imported state. Now here inside this I'm just going to create state, and I'll just give my state name as dark mode. I'll just give here dark mode, and here I'm just going to give this set dark mode. I'll be using this use state. Okay, we have already seen that use state can take any value. It can take arrays, it can take objects. Now here inside object, I'm just going to pass the styling here. Okay, let me just give the color. Color by default, I just want it to take black color. Okay, objects will always be having in name value pairs, that is key value pairs, and values should always be enclosed in single quotes or double quotes. And inside this, I'm just going to pass the color as black. Okay, we have to separate using comma. You should not use semicolon. If you use, you will be getting an error. Okay, I'll just separate using comma, and background color I just want to pass background color. Okay, you have to write like this using camel case, and inside this I'll be passing here black color. Okay, I'll just pass here white color. Okay, my background will be white and my text color will be black here. Okay, I'm just passing this, whatever data I'm passing here, that will be the initial data for this dark mode. Okay, now I'll just copy this dark mode. Okay, inside this I'm just going to give the style, and here I'll just pass that name. Okay, this data is having this initial data now, and this is having the object. Now inside curly braces I have just pasted that object. Okay, if you didn't get how to do that one, how to write this one, okay, you can just refer this how to do inline styling, how to do internal styling in CSS. I have already uploaded that video, but here this is just taking, we are just passing the object as the initial data, and this initial data will be taken by this variable, and I'm just passing that variable inside my style attribute. I'll save this, and now if I show you the output, you will not see any effect. But if I just give the background color, instead of this white, let me just give here red. I'll save this, and now you can see here my background color is red now. Okay, now by default I want it to be white, so I'm just giving here white color. Now my background color is white and my text color is black. Now here I'm just going to create one button. Whenever I click on that button, okay, I should be toggling between dark mode and light mode. Now once I am done with this, now here I'm just going to create button, and for this button I'll just give the class name btn. I'll be giving here btn outline. Let me just give here dark. Inside this button, I'll just write here dark mode. I'll save this, and now if I show you the output, you can see I'm having this button here. I want that button in the middle. So for that, okay, here I'll just give here text center. I'll just copy this, and here I'll be pasting that class. Now if I show you the output, you can see I have my button here. For this, I'm just going to give some margin. I'll just give here margin 3, okay, so that I get some spacing from above and below. Okay, now here I have this button, okay, I have this outline color as black, and here I have this text. Now whenever I click on this button, my background color should be changed to black and the text color should be changing to white. So to change the state of an element, we are going to use useState, and here I'll just write here on click event. Whenever I click on this button, I want to change the state of the particular element. Here I'll just give here change colors. Okay, you can give any names here, change colors. I'll copy this, and here I'll be defining that function const. Here I'll just paste that function, and inside this function, now I have to update this value. To update this value, we have to take this variable. I'll just paste that one. Now this is going to take this object. Okay, whatever I'm having here, I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that one. Okay, if you are passing the initial data as object, then you have to pass object itself inside this set dark mode. Okay, whatever you are passing here, the same data type should be written here, only then it will be applied. Okay, here if I don't give this one, and here if I don't give this one, and directly if I just give here, so directly if I just give some color here, I'll just give here, let me just give here some color, default color. I'll just give here okay, I'll just give some value itself. I'll save this. You can see I'm getting this error. Okay, I don't need this one. So for that, whatever we are passing inside this useState, the same data type we have to pass here. Okay, I'm just passing here object, so here also I'll be passing an object. Okay, now once we are done with this, I have to change the colors. I'll just give here FFF, okay, which is going to give me text as white color, and my background color should be black. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, now when I click on this button, you can see my background color is getting changed to black and my text is in white color. Now again when I click, you can see it's not working, so I have to toggle this one. So to toggle this one, here I'll just check the condition. If my dark mode, I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that one, dark mode dot color. Okay, this is the object. Okay, this entire thing I have wrapped inside object. So to access the object name property, we have to write this dot, and I want to access this color. I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that one. Okay, again I'll just copy this, and here I'll be pasting that one. If it is equal to white color, I'll just copy this, and here I'll be pasting that one. If it is equal to white color, then I want this color should, okay, this style should be applied. Okay, this entire style should be applied. Else I'll just copy the same thing, and here I'll be pasting that one, and instead of this I just want this colors. Okay, the normal colors should be applied here. Okay, my background color should be white and my text color should be black. Okay, I'm just toggling that one. I'm just checking the condition. If my dark mode color, that is the text color, if it is equal to black, then change it to white. Okay, else change it to black. Now I'll just refresh this. You can see when I click on this, I am able to toggle between these elements. Okay, once I click, I'll be getting black color as my background and my text color is white. Again when I click, you can see my text is black and my background is white. Now here I just want to change the text of the button. So to change the state of the button, we are just going to create one more state. I'll just write that one const, and here I'm just going to write here text, and here I'll just write here set text is equal to, I'll be using this use state, and inside this use state I'll just pass this data here. Okay, whatever data I'm having here inside this button, I'll copy this, I'll just cut from here, and here I'll be pasting that one. Now this data will be the initial data for this variable. I'll copy this variable, and here inside this I'll just paste that variable. I'll save this, and now if I show you the output, you can see again I'm having this dark mode. Now when I click on this button, okay, here I should be having here light mode. So I'll just copy this one. Whenever I'm changing this color to white and background as black, here I'll just set that one. I'll just paste this one, okay, this variable, and here inside this I'll just write here light mode. Again I'll just copy this one, and here I'll be pasting that one, and instead of light mode I'll just give here dark mode. I'll save this. Now if I just refresh this one, now when I click on this, you can see I'm getting this text light mode and my background color is getting changed and my text color is changed. Now if I want to read in light mode, I can just click on this and here I'll be having this in light mode. Okay, I'm just toggling between these elements. To change the text of the button, I'm just creating separate use state, and here this use state will be having this data. When I'm inside dark mode, I'm just going to change it to light mode. The text I should be changing it to light mode, and when I am inside light mode, I'm just changing the text to dark mode. This is how we are going to create dark mode and light mode. Now we have done all the 5 projects using hooks. Okay, now you practice more, explore more and make more projects and learn more about hooks. Okay, that's all for today's tutorial. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.